Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Real Estate with Brenda Rivera. As you can see, I have been posting on my social media platforms a very special guest who will deliver some great and powerful information because, especially with everything that we've been going through, a lot of people, actually, some people have put their buying searches on hold because they were afraid of how the market was turning out. But I have great news for each and every one of you. The market is on fire. And so some people tend to ask, especially for first time home buyers, where do I start? And the most important thing which is a topic that we're going to cover today, is credit repair solutions. And the best thing to do is really know where you currently stand with your credit score, with your credit reports. If you feel like you are stuck on something with your credit report and you're trying to figure out how to get it removed, how do I get my credit score at a higher level? Because at the end of the day, each and every one of you have worked so hard, and what's part of the American dream is owning your own home. So I have a pleasure of having Ralph Velez with FB Financial. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. Good morning to everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. It was a phenomenal introduction. I wish we had more people involved in this interview. I'll be, requesting, fire emojis and all that good stuff. But I'm just excited to be here. I'm enjoying the weather and I'm enjoying life.
I see. Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful day today, as I can see where you're at.
Yeah, you can actually see me from the waist up, but from the waist down, I got shorts and I got sandals. So
Hey,
I'm enjoying this time.
well, that's an indicator that it's a beautiful, warm day. So make sure you guys get out there and enjoy your day. But
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so let's get to it. Let's get straight to
Absolutely.
it, okay? Because I want everyone to really absorb and take in the great services that you're willing to provide, and testimonials and things like that. So it's all about repairing, restoring, and rebuilding your credit, right? So let's get to the
Absolutely.
first question. If you can talk about FB Financial and what services you provide.
Great question. So just like Brenda Lee said, my name is Ralph from FB Financial. FB Financial provides the experience and the care to deal with customers that have credit challenges.
Mhm.
Um, with over 10 years of financial industry, mainly in the auto industry, I'm very aware with several guidelines. I'm still very active in the auto industry. So I know not all, but I know most bank guidelines. I know what they're looking for as far as credit, different tiers like tier 3, tier 2. Most customers don't know this lingo. And so I'm very aware of that. For the past 7 years, I dealt with nothing but special finance. So I dealt with people that had credit issues. And a plan like this is phenomenal for someone like this. We provide 12 services that is uniquely designed to support your financial opportunity. Okay. So the first thing that we do at FB Finance is that we build your financial future. Okay. And how we build that? We build it by your credit restoration. Okay. So your credit restoration is going to assist you with challenging these credit bureaus like TransUnion, like Equifax, and like Experian to remove all this negative stuff on your credit report. All right. There's a lot of there's a lot of inaccurate information that these bureaus are reporting, like incorrect last names, like incorrect first names, incorrect social securities. And guess what? Payments are being reported late when they shouldn't. How do I know this? Because it happened to me. Okay. It happened to me, personal testimony. I had a Capital One credit card. I've had that for the past 7 years. Never paid them late. And all of a sudden I get one inaccurate late payment on my bureau and it lowered my credit score. And guess what? I was very upset about that. So I send out my dispute letters. And actually, this is something that just recently happened. So actually is occurring right now. I just sent out my dispute letters maybe about a week ago, and I'm just excited to just tackle this monster down.
Absolutely.
Um, and then once we build your financial future, what we do is we organize it,
Mhm.
right? Like I said, we have 12 services. I'm not going to cover all 12 services
Mhm.
because we'll be here past 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But I will cover a few, about three or four.
Okay.
So when we organize your financial future, we have something that's called budgeting. Okay. So the budgeting system, all right, it tracks your spending and your income. So by using the budget report, all right, this is going to allow you to make the necessary changes to come under your budget, right? T. Harv Eckler said it the best. It's simple to master your money. You must manage your money.
Absolutely.
All right, that's so profound. And I'm going to say it again. That's T. Harv Eckler. He's a financial coach. It's simple to master your money. You must manage your money, and I think that's so profound, right? Especially in our community. We don't, like I told you before. How do you manage your money, right? Most people are worried about managing their household, managing all this work, managing, as a wife, as a husband, how to manage within your household, how to manage. I have four kids. That's very challenging for me. How do I manage four kids,
Mhm.
ages 15, 13, three, newborn?
Wow.
I mean, it's very challenging for me. And so how do I master this? I seek for knowledge. And guess what? When you seek for knowledge, you get answers, right? You got to want this. You got to want this information. And guess what? This information has always been available. There's nothing new under the sun,
Mhm.
right? This information was imparted to me, and now I have the opportunity to impart it to others,
Absolutely.
right? And then it's great. We don't to manage your money. You don't learn this in school, all right? So
Mhm.
that's why we organize all this stuff. You don't learn this in elementary school. You don't learn this in high school. You don't learn this even in college, right? You just pretty much learn as you go. And
Mhm.
you just hope someone in between is going to enlighten you about how to manage your money, you know? After we organize, we protect, okay? And you know what? Before I go into protecting your financial future, another thing that I think is very important, is important to me, is a part of your plan. $2 of your membership goes to YFL. Okay, YFL is Youth Financial Literacy.
Mhm.
Okay, so basically what we do is we educate your kids about financial literacy and how to have a strong financial future. Okay, this system is implemented in schools all over the United States. As a part of your membership, you can actually bring this system in your household. Okay, it's going to allow you to bring all this information, all this knowledge, all right, as far as financial knowledge among your children. And I think that's so powerful. Would you agree with that, Brenda?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think when we empower our kids, guess what? We empower better people.
That's
We
right.
empower we empower just an overall person,
Mhm.
right? We empower our communities, our school systems, and guess what? We empower our economy, and that's what we want.
Mhm.
We just want an overall better picture. So
Absolutely.
once we do that, we protect it. We protect it. How do we protect your financial future? Is we have identity protection. Okay, is by Privacy Armor. This is an all-state company that were bought out in 2008. They're very reputable. Okay, most 500 Fortune companies, guess what? They provide the same services to their employees. All right. So the minute you get some fraudulent activities on your credit, guess what? You're gonna get alerts. And not only that, it's gonna also restore your identity also as well. that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
excited. I listen.
Yeah.
I'm a talker. I can go. Don't let me go, because I'll keep going and going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny.
And that's great because just with the three services that FB Financial provides, it's so amazing because not too many credit repair companies actually offer a lot of the things that you guys offer. And one of the things I've learned is that credit cards is a tool to help take you to the next level, not to put you in debt, and
Correct.
to
Correct.
and to have the right professional like you in place to educate them, because this is what it's all about. This is the one of the reasons and the purpose of me holding and doing my real estate show, is to make sure that people receive information that would set them mentally free from other information that they keep hearing from this person, from that person, information that they read online. But I mean, this is just absolutely, absolutely great. So, which leads into the next question is, can you explain the importance of having good credit?
That was actually my favorite question, actually, to be honest. Uh, and we're gonna make it fun. So what I want you to do is just quickly, just reflect to maybe a situation that you had an opportunity to help someone, right? So when I reflect on my personal life, uh, and I assisted with someone with a possible need, I don't know about yourself, but it just makes you feel really, really good, you know? And so credit works the same exact way, you know? When you have good credit, it leaves you feeling confident. It leaves you feeling excited. It makes you feel abundant, right? Your whole entire being just completely changes when you have good credit, right? Because you have, FB finance actually means feel better about your credit score. So the idea is we want people to feel better when they reflect on that credit score. We want people to feel better, because I think when people feel better about their credit scores, or just in general just feel better,
Yeah.
that puts a smile. And guess what? And that's very healthy to the human mind. It allows you to think clearly.
Hmm.
Good credit also opens up the opportunities to create, okay, uh, the lifestyle that you want.
That's right.
Okay, like you said before, the American dream.
Hmm.
I always said this: the American dream is home ownership,
Yes.
right? There's a That's a part of a need. Most Americans, including, I had the opportunity to own my house, and I enjoy every minute of it. I enjoy cutting my grass. I enjoy sitting at the fireplace. I just love laying in my room, enjoying my bathrooms. You
Absolutely.
know, but guess what? I had to make that mindset change. You know,
Hmm.
and I had to start feeling better about my credit, and that allowed my dreams and my lifestyle to completely change, right? What is this going to allow you to do? Buy a home. This is going to allow you to buy a vehicle and take advantages of these competitive rates, like 0% for 60 months on certified new vehicles, right? Those options are available. Hey, folks, I come to tell you, they are available on certified used vehicles. Most people think, well, 0%, that's only pertaining to new cars. No, that's pertaining to certified used vehicles. There's a ton of people right now that have higher FICO scores that are taking advantage of this program. They're buying certified used cars, 0%, 60 months. That's phenomenal, right? This is going to allow you to uh, pay a lower interest rate. So lower interest rate means lower finance charges, right? It means lower interest rate on credit cards. It means a less initial down payment on possibly utility bills, a lower premium on your insurance. And believe it or not,
Mm-hmm.
insurance companies are running credit.
Yes.
That's pretty much it.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely. And that's what you want. It may uh, it may put you in a position where you have to sacrifice certain things. But what you
Absolutely.
sacrifice now, you're going to reap
Yeah.
that benefit in the long run because now you have more control. Now you can do more. You're not limited now. You're not going to,
Yeah.
face those, you're not going to be in that position anymore once you get your credit repaired and your score is higher now. You're not going to be in that position to where you're going to be paying these high interest rates and things like that. And at the end of the loan, you're going to look back like, wow, I paid this much when you could have
Yeah.
saved yourself so much money. And, and it,
Thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars.
yes, the same thing with buying a home, and one of the
Hmm.
first things that I recommend buyers is to speak to a loan officer, and they will go over their whole credit report and they will advise them on certain things. And the best thing to do is, if you can speak to a credit repair person like yourself and go over certain things on a credit report, which I know you will most definitely guide them into the right path.
Oh,
uh,
absolutely.
you know and listen, if you have to wait maybe 4 to 6 months to repair certain things or get certain things removed, it's going to be worth it at the end. And so I know you mentioned
It's
the
very.
three.
It's
Yeah, I know you mentioned the three different credit bureaus. Which one do lenders really focus on, that while clients are in the process of building, repairing their credit and things like that, and they get a printout of their credit report? What is one of the uh, credit bureaus that they should really focus on?
you know what that this was probably the most difficult answer for me, and because you can't really I can't really accurately answer this. My advice is all three credit bureaus are important. All
Yes, they
right.
are. Hmm.
So basically, when we dispute, right, we send out letters to all three credit bureaus. We don't just dispute to Experian, right? So
Hmm.
most people probably would say, well, Experian.
Hmm.
Experience is probably the most popular within the consumers.
Yes.
I there's a lot of subprime banks that you never heard of, right? That they deal with because of cost factor. They only report their payments to TransUnion because they feel that TransUnion is charging them a lower fee, right? While while the credit data should generally be all the same, it's not. It's not. um, like I said, if you have a lender that's reporting the payments to TransUnion, you're not going to see those payments on Equifax or Experian, right? So they're very different from one another, right? When you deal with an actual prime bank, and you have that opportunity to deal with the prime bank, for example, let's say Wells Fargo or Chase or Capital One or PNC Bank, they run all three credit bureaus, right? Because they want to see the overall picture, right?
Hmm.
So my advice would be all three. I think all three are very important.
Yeah, absolutely. So very quickly, after analyzing a client's credit report and they sign up as a member, with FB Financial. I know you discussed a little bit on this in the beginning of the interview. Um, you know, are there certain strategies or programs you advise them in order to help them repair while they're going through this whole repair process?
Yes. The first thing that the customer has to do, they got to activate all their services.
Okay.
That's the first thing. That's the first initial step. So once they activate their credit restoration, they have to activate their credit monitoring, and then obviously their identity protection, right? So
Mhm.
once you activate your credit restoration, okay, we're going to start sending out the dispute letters. Okay, you're probably the customers. Most customers get their dispute letters within 2 weeks that they actually activate the credit restoration services. And obviously, once the dispute letters arrive to your home, it's time sensitive. So you get about 14 days to revise it.
Okay.
All right. So this is where I come in. Right. So I make sure that I do all my follow-ups. To be quite honest with you, the package is like super simple. It has instructions, but sometimes people feel more comfortable just reaching out. Right.
Absolutely.
So when people reach out to me, I completely have no problem and trying to navigate and assisting through that process. If I gotta reach out, because most of my customers are local, so if I gotta take a drive, I don't mind taking a drive. you know and we can definitely work together and assisting the customer through that process. So once they're activated all their services, what I do is I start recommending. Obviously, when I start recommending other services that are not included in your membership, it does come with a cost.
Hmm.
So it's totally optional to the consumer, right? For example, yesterday I had the opportunity to deal with a fairly young guy, and he wanted to buy a home. He wanted to buy a home. He only has one piece of credit. Uh, Unfortunately, he ended up moving to Mexico. And then when he moved back, he saw that his Capital One credit card was 90 days late. And so it was under collection and it was charged off. Right. So that one piece of credit that he has is reflecting really negative on his credit bureau. Right. So what I recommended was the credit restoration. With one credit line, it's not enough.
Mm.
He needs more positive credit line. Okay.
Yeah.
So I started recommending. We also have unsecured credit cards that are available.
Hmm.
Okay. At a very low interest rate. Capital One right now, and I use Capital One as an example, because it seems like most people that I know have have had credit cards with Capital One or unsecured credit cards with Capital One. Their interest rate on that unsecured credit card is over 18%. Our unsecured credit card is at 9%. So it's a lot lower, and it creates a positive trade line on your credit. The next thing that I recommend is I think is this is phenomenal. I recommend this to everybody who's renting. It's called Credit My Rent.
Mm.
All right.
Yes.
So the Credit My Rent, this is very impacting. It's a one-time charge, okay, of $145. One-time charge again of $145. We're going to reflect your previous 2 years
Hmm.
of rent, and that's going to reflect on your credit. That is aggressively and dramatically going to make a difference on your credit bureau and all three credit bureaus. So what we do is we gather all this information from the consumer and we start making phone calls to these property managements, these owners, these landlords to confirm that they live in these places. And once we get a green light, then we start reporting all this information to the bureaus. And guess what? I got some really good news. For $7 a month, for $7 a month, we probably spend more. We probably spend on average probably $10 to $20 between lunch and breakfast every single day. I'm talking about $7 is going to allow to report your future rent. So from today on, every rent payment that you make to that property management or to that landlord or to that friend, to that owner, to that whatever,
Hmm.
it's going to report to your credit. That's is phenomenal.
Wow. That.
Like it comes with a cost, like I said,
Hmm.
but it's highly recommended as something that you can implement uh, within your membership. And like I said before, it's up to the consumer. They make the final decision.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can educate them, I can lead you to the well, but at the end of the day, the consumer has to make the final decision. And I hope that they see value in that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, you have shared so much information. I mean, with especially with those who are currently renting, that option that you just shared, that's a major advantage to
Huge.
to really grab a hold of and get that started. Um, Also, to those who speak Spanish,
No, habla español.
which is great. So not only can he help assist Spanish, English speaking clients, but also Spanish speaking as well. So for those of you who are watching and you want to refer Ralph's information to them, and you know that the credit repair process is going to help them, big time, please make sure that you reach out to Ralph. Ralph, if you can share how they can contact you, because I know down below in the post I will have your information on there. But if you can share your telephone number on where they can contact you for further information.
Well, they can contact me. My cell phone. I don't. Would I be able to share that? My
Yes.
cell phone, is that
Yeah.
okay? My cell phone is 862-241-2217. You can also refer back to the website, which is www.fb1financial.com. And I prefer a phone call. I prefer text message if you can. And I prefer to have the opportunity to meet with you on one-on-one.
Absolutely. Yeah. Ralph, thank you so much. For those of you who are watching, thank you for allowing this time that you've taken out of your schedule to watch this interview. And please make sure you reach out to Ralph. I mean, if you're not blown away by this information, I don't know what to say, but it's truly going to help you out, in the long run. It's time, like I said, to repair your credit, to restore and rebuild. So thank you all so much for watching. Be on the lookout for my next interview that is coming up. Once again, Ralph, thank you so much for being with us, for sharing this information. And I know with the services that you provide and FB Financial provides, really positions the consumers in a place where they can now obtain what they've been dreaming for. And it's enough of the dreaming. It's now, let's snap into reality and grab a hold of those keys to your new home. If it's a car, whatever it is, it's time to take your life back, restore that credit, get that credit score up, and let's move on to the next level. So Ralph, thank you once again for being with us. And for those of you also, once again, I want to share my website. You can also visit my website at BrendaLeeRivera.com. This interview will also be on there as well. So thank you all so much for watching. And like I said, stay tuned for the next interview.